Cheryl Ray of the Elite School of Etiquette is here with us to discuss how children and parents can mind their P's and Q's when heading back to school. Carol, good morning. It's so good to have you back here on Good Day Atlanta.
Likewise, thank you for having me back.
Absolutely. All right. You know, knowing proper etiquette just in and of itself seems like it's becoming sort of a lost art form. What is it that compelled you to start doing this in the first place?
Well, actually, I thought that there was a need. You know, I'm a former educator. And I've taught children from all around the world, and what I found was that a lot of children really didn't project themselves the way that I thought that they should. And so I would work with the children, making sure that they knew how to present themselves, you know, just to greet everyone in the classroom and to give presentations. And what I found was that they were very shy, and I wanted them, excuse me, to overcome the shyness.
It's an excellent skill to have, and the earlier you get started, the better, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's apply this specifically to back to school. Talk to us a bit about the importance of making a good first impression and how we do that as parents and as students.
Absolutely. As a student, I would say the best tips for back to school to make a positive first impression is to make sure that you show up looking your best. Come prepared. I think that each school or county has a school supply that the children need so that they'll be prepared for learning. And also, you know, be kind and attentive to the teacher. Listen to your teacher. And boys and girls, when someone is speaking, you know, be a good listener and a good participant. That's always a plus in the classroom.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, and you know, every year, that first day of school is almost like you put so much pressure on yourself to do all the things that you just mentioned. Make sure you're presenting yourself well, because that first impression, it really is important in a lot of ways. I want to talk, though, about that parent-teacher relationship, because that's one that you want to get started off on definitely on a right note. So tell us some things that we can do to make sure as parents we are communicating properly with the teachers.
Absolutely. Well, I would say that some schools have what's called a journal or a daily log, and sometimes parents want to communicate with the teacher. I would ask the child to allow you to see what notes are coming home. Make sure that you check those notes on a daily basis, or just ask them questions. And if you have really, the main thing is to find out your child's teacher's name. I've found as a former educator, a lot of times the parents don't know the teacher's name. So if they need to communicate with the teacher or send a note, an email, they don't know who they're asking for. So find out your child's teacher's name. Also make sure that you're able to send notes in if they're, you know, going to be sick or they're going to be out for the day, and see if you can volunteer. And the most key element is to be a part of the PTA. And if you want to be on the good side of the teacher, make sure that you send in the supplies. And most teachers really appreciate the Kleenex, the wet wipes, you know, those things that are used up but are definitely used in the classroom. Yeah, they're most appreciated.
Well, and I love that you have the experience both as someone who teaches etiquette but also as a former educator, being able to put this all together for us, because something as simple as knowing the teacher's name, it sounds so simple, but you're right. It happens. We take it for granted. Sure do. All right. So talk about some of just the basic etiquette inside the classroom. What do we need to know?
Okay, well, first of all, etiquette in the classroom is really just knowing the classroom rules. So for both the parents and for the students, it's good to know what the expectations are for the classroom. And I believe that most teachers do provide some sort of an outline for the parents as well as the school. They give them a student code of conduct booklet. It's really important for the parents to read it and sign it and send it back so that the child can have a safe and productive school year.
Yeah, don't do that thing where you just go ahead and sign it without reading it. I know there's some parents out there guilty of that somewhere. All right, so parents, when they just go to visit campus, what are some things that they need to know?
Well, before you just show up, you want to, of course, make an appointment. Excuse me, this is pollen.
Yes.
Let the school know that you want to come. You know, most schools try to have an open door policy. However, a teacher would like to be best prepared for a parent. They may have some documentation, some information that they would like to prepare to give to the parent. So if you let the teacher know ahead of time that you would like to visit the classroom, that would be probably most appreciated.
Yeah, it'll make the meeting a lot more productive.
Yeah,
right.
That's
all right.
what you want.
And but before we run run out of time here. Tell me about some youth programs you have going on right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we have our Miss Excellence Georgia Scholarship Pageant that's coming up, and we're looking for more contestants. And that is the first etiquette-based pageant in the world.
Okay.
And we're looking for young ladies 14 to 25. We also have our Junior Cotillion, and that's for our 6th through 10th graders, for both boys and girls. That helps them with their confidence as well as their communication skills. We have a charm school that's coming. So any program that a parent might be interested in, they can visit our website to find out about that.
Okay.
And for our adults, we have something for you, and that's our adult dining session that we have once a month.
Okay.
The first Monday of every month.
Man, these are good life skills. They really are. And they're things that you aren't often taught unless you go out and seek it. And now we know where to find it.
Absolutely.
All right, Carol, thank you so
appreciate
much.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
we appreciate you coming
Thank
in.
you.
And you can reach out to Carol at the email address or the phone number on your screen. And you can find her business on Instagram at the Elite